Hello everyone, this is Leaf on the Wind here, and here is my now bi-yearly update. It has been a solid 2 years since I've put a channel update out, which not bode well for me at that point. Of course, it's been a really busy 2 years. As some of you may have noticed on the channel at that point, there's been a lot of flux there. Most of what's been uploaded has all been me and Doc playing Satisfactory, which we have been having a good time with. We have made the decision with Satisfactory, though, that we're going to stop recording it for now. We are going to pick up the recording again once version 1.0 comes out, and we start over with a fresh map now that a lot of stuff has changed with that. Thought process there is I might end up purging all the videos for Satisfactory here on the older ones, or at least I'm going to put them in a playlist that's just simply says old alpha or beta Satisfactory do not watch sort of thing on there. But yeah, that's what has been decided here. Now I've been very busy in general in the past year with new job, getting married, all that good stuff. I'm in the process of trying to build a house, and that's been eating up quite a bit of time. New job's been eating up a lot more time because I am. It's now a. It's not like my other jobs in a sense. It's I'm a computer guy, but now I'm an actual manager, and I have to deal with managerial things, and more is expected of me, and more time's taken up. This past week, I've worked at least 3 to 4 hours after my normal stop time, just basically doing inventory and lining up inventory because everything before at this point just was not done properly or kept track of. Especially for I wouldn't say it's a big organization I work for, but it's I gotta keep track of stuff, kind of thing. So I've been spending a lot of time with that. I'm finally at the point though. I think I'm done with at least the majority of it, and that's where I land now with my plans going forward, both with the channel, both with my house, my personal life, all that good stuff. So, step one here. A lot of what's been done in the past 2 years, I don't think is up to par with what my channel is or should have been at this point. So I'm considering purging those videos or at least organizing them, just like with Satisfactory, into a different category that just says old videos do not watch. Basically, they're just not up to par, either entertainment wise or just my way of playing at that point. I just don't think they are. Two, I've decided with the channel to take it not in a different direction at that point, but organize the videos more generally at that point into 3/4 different categories at this point. So the basic breakdown of the channel going forward is going to be one, full plays. Full plays are level by level plays that I do, specifically just me at that point in general. Unlikely any of those videos would actually have doc in them. They could at that point if there's co-op play, but it's going to be a level by level play. The best example of this would be back to my Anno 2070 videos where I did the initial Let's Plays with them, the very first ones I did. It's level by level structure. I did them alone. I did everything in there, step by step, all the way through, even the Anno 1400 ones at that point, I would say. Now, so those are going to become full play videos, is what I'll be labeling them as. Then there's going to be the actual Let's Plays / stream videos. The Let's Plays themselves, I believe, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to be having those be more open-ended at that point. The best example of that probably actually would be the Stellaris games I actually did, where I just did open videos, streamed them, everything was great and dandy kind of thing. And so those will be streams / Let's Plays at that point, and I am going to start streaming here again. I've started playing around with my Twitch. I've started playing around with, Stellaris, specifically Stellaris and Anno 2205, and that is going to be what I'm going to stream here. Now, I'm going through 2205 again. I'm getting my hands on it. I did not like the way the previous one I did for that went through, and all the updates are done and everything with it. And before I hit 1800, I want to go through and do 2205 again at that point. But in the meantime, I'm kind of planning on streaming Stellaris. I have my own plays with that. I like playing that. Streaming it's probably the best option. I don't have many multiplayer options with that. at that point. I mean, we could do multiplayer potentially with people from the channel or something, but I'm not worried about it. Basically, there'll be my playthroughs of that. Doc's not really interested in Stellaris. Forrest is not really interested in Stellaris, so it wouldn't be a multiplayer one at that point. So I am going to start streaming Stellaris here, probably after the next DLC, which I think they said comes out on the 12th, March 12th at this point. Should be noted I'm recording this March 1st at this point, but it should also give you a good indication. I'm recording this March 1st. How quickly can I get this encoded? That'll give you a good idea of how bad things are right now in terms of time-wise. If I get I'm probably going to get this out that coming weekend. What is that, the 4th and 5th, I think? Yeah, that sounds about right. 4th and 5th. But anyway, so we'll have the full plays, we'll have the Let's Plays, then we're going to have standalone multiplayers. That's me, Doc, Forrest, anyone who we're playing multiplayer with. Because those will not be streamed, but they also will be distinctly different from the Let's Plays at that point. Or the full plays, I should say. I'm sorry. Now, with those multiplayers, I should note I will probably never be streaming those. And that's just because every once in a while I do have to cut stuff out that should not be said either on stream or for personal information or any of that kind of stuff, especially with the people I play with, especially with Doc. There is a reason there's a warning about Doc being in the Satisfactory games. So that's how that's going to be. Then we get to the fourth category, and that's going to be lore videos. And what I think I'm going to do there, and I already kind of started running on this with the State of Decay 2 Daybreak DLC setup, or the I don't remember what we called it, but the one I did with Doc. Heartland, that was it. God. But State of Decay Heartland setup at that point is I said I was going to do a lore video. And I do want to do a lore video, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So I'm going to have videos then, specifically probably more with Paradox games, but I could also see me doing that with like Anno games or other city builders, where after the Let's Play or multiplayer or full play is done, I can go back, do a lore video about it, either something that exists currently in that game, so something the developers built out, or something I built out myself. So example would be the State of Decay 2 Heartland. I would be following mainly the story that I played there in Heartland with basically what the designers told me to do at that point, or what they had laid out. But in terms of lore with like Stellaris at that point, or Hearts of Iron 4, or possibly Vicky 3, I could do a lore video based on my own gameplay at that point. Not necessarily what the developers had in mind, but making my own story within it, which I actually kind of already do with the Stellaris series, the Stellaris games I play. I have a very good idea of what I want to role play into when I'm playing those games. So I think I'm going to do standalone lore videos then, either after or during the actual plays of those, during the Let's Plays at that point, or even the full plays. At that point. So the long and short of it at this point is basically the channel's going to subdivide itself. So you're going to start seeing videos come up that say they're full plays, or they're Let's Plays, or they're multiplayer, or lore videos at that point. And I'm going to keep those separated and also tag them that way. Then I'm going to start streaming again. Again, probably going to be Stellaris first. I'm currently working on Anno 2205 though, basically going through getting my feet wet again in Anno 2205, and also I'm going through and actually updating the wiki at this point on certain aspects of it. And just like I did with Anno 2070, I'm probably going to link my Let's Plays, or at least some of those, into the wiki at that point to show very specific aspects of what is being done at that point. And that's kind of the thought process there. So I'm actually updating the Anno 2205 wiki as I'm going through this. Oh man, boy, that's a thing I'm doing. I just realized how involved a process that is. My God. So, in terms of notifying of streaming, I plan to get on a set schedule though. Right now, the plan is going to be Monday night, Wednesday night, and Saturday night is going to be the streaming setup. It could end up being a Sunday instead of a Monday, and it could end up being a Thursday instead of a Wednesday, or something like that, possibly a Friday instead of a Saturday. But right now the plan is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Those are the streams starting at 9:30 each night and going until about 11, and then probably midnight or 1 a.m. on Fridays. I'll start putting this scheduling on my Twitch at that point. I will also put a schedule on YouTube, on the YouTube here, with my actual schedule for doing that. And then videos from those streams will end up on YouTube and be marked as Let's Plays at that point. So that's the plan as of this moment. I'm also working on merch as options. So the Streamlabs has their default merch stores, which I have already set up and have that running. So if you want my logo on stuff, you can get it. But on top of that, I'm also looking into, because I did this, I did this like 7-8 years ago. When I got my new logo, I looked at what it would take to do my own embroidery on certain apparel and ship them out to people, basically as rewards / purchasing. And compared to the Streamlabs, which seems to be just basically ink printed on there, this was high quality embroidery. So I did a test on single sweatshirt, extra large, cost me $127 to purchase the sweatshirt, convert the embroidery, do the full embroidery, and they still screwed up the embroidery. It should point out. So I actually do it. Yeah, I still have that sweatshirt. I still have my test objects for it, and the embroiderer who did it still has it, and everything in there. So I got to see what it would cost nowadays to be able to do that. I need to replace that sweatshirt. Actually, it's pretty worn down and everything. So I don't know if some weirdo out there wants my old sweatshirt. I'll auction it off for charity or something. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to burn that sweatshirt. Is what I'm going to do. I don't think I'll let that happen. I think I'll burn that one. Um, on that point, also with I should note with the Stellaris stuff. I should note I am inspired, as many people have found out. Stellaris Invicta, by the Templin Institute, is basically what inspired me for the Stellaris setup. But I was already in myself running the Stellaris lore ideas through. I just wasn't doing what they were doing at that point. I was just doing it as part of my gameplay at that point. I wasn't doing it as like creating entire lore videos around it. So I think I am going to do sort of their style at that point with the lore videos. Now, when that goes to Twitch and everything, I am figuring out Twitch again. It's been a very long time since I did Twitch at that point, but it should be noted I am starting to figure that out. So I'm working on GIFs. I'm working on things that can be done in the channel and all this good stuff that need to be added on. I can't promise that's going to be in there right away, but I am working on it. So it's stuff along those lines that is going to be happening. So I'm getting back at it, guys. I'm coming back in there. So key takeaways from this. The games I'm working on as of right now is basically Anno 2205 and Stellaris. Some 2 Point Hospital needs to be done in there to complete 2 Point Hospital, because it's been 2 years since I was basically doing my full play in there, and I want to finish that up. I want to at least get through and finish that up at this point. Then on top of that, we got Anno 1404, which I've been promising for probably 5 years to redo, plus their expansion of Anno 1404 Vichy. Vichy? No, not Vichy. Venice, that was it. Sorry. I haven't done their expansion in there. I'm working on Anno 2205. I will not be doing another Anno 2070 game, but Anno 1800 will take place after Anno 2205. I think I told it in my initial streams about 1800. One, I had to get my feet wet. Two, I have to wait for the game to stabilize at that point, which with all the DLC and crap that goes on with that, the game basically keeps changing itself every 6 months. Good and bad at the same time, because you come back to an old save and all the production chains are screwed up. But whatever. So basically at this point, guys, look out. I'm going to get my stream schedule up and running after the Stellaris DLC drops. I'm going to be working on Anno 2205 in the meantime. What gets streamed on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whenever I start that stream schedule, kind of up in the air. But the games we will be looking at, Anno 2205, Stellaris, and possibly Anno 1800 when it's all done. Maybe some other stuff in there. I know Starship Troopers, their RTS that came out. I don't remember what it's called. I should get into that, because I did the Terran Ascendancy way back in the day at this point, and that would be another perfect example of a full play at that point. So that's probably a good idea. And so that's what we're going to be looking at. Now, it should be noted with a lot of this. Doc's going to be helping me out with some of it. I'm also moving more towards Twitch for this. But everything that is streamed on Twitch will go up on YouTube at this point, and it should be noted of that. Or I should say at least an element of it. I might cut out certain aspects of the streams for one reason or another, such as me like failing and having to repeat a mission or something like that. I might cut that out. I don't know. But we'll see how that goes. So I thank you all who have been part of this channel and following me on this channel and all this kind of stuff. I'm sorry I've been so busy. I my God, have I been busy. Frankly, looking at it right now, this is like my first solid free day. No wife, no kids, no nothing to do at this point in probably at least 8 months at this point. That wasn't, I should state that I had nothing I had to do at this point. Oh, I love it. And I can finally get on to this. So yeah, guys, look for that. I know some people have mentioned I do read all comments on YouTube. I know people have mentioned Anno playthroughs. I know some people are talking on the Starship Troopers old videos, but I am getting to it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed everything. I'll see you guys in the streams or on YouTube at that point, and I thank you very much. Later, guys.